Now, just to say a little information about a few things that happened around the world, there's been a big news about a miniature submarine or a little sub vessel that took down some billionaires trying to get to the Titanic, and they lost their lives during the expedition.
This morning, an ROV, or remote operated vehicle, from the vessel Horizon Arctic discovered the tail cone of the Titan submersible approximately 1,600 feet from the bow of the Titanic on the seafloor. The ROV subsequently found additional debris. In consultation with experts from within the Unified Command, the debris is consistent with the catastrophic loss of the pressure chamber. I offer my deepest condolences to the families.
The news came out that the sub vessel imploded. And if you don't know what implode means, here's an example here. Yeah, so as you can see, on their journey down, they implode. And there's information that just came out stating that, I don't know if it was a rush situation or what, but an employee for the company that made the submersible was fired after raising concerns about the sub's worthiness to descend to extreme depths and refusing to green light the man tests of early models. He was director of marine operations and responsible for safety and all crew clients. This is the guy who they fired, who was supposed to make sure everything is safe. They fired him. He discovered the viewing window on front of the sub was only built to certified pressure of 1,300 meters, although OceanGate intended to take passengers to 4,000 meters.
There's obviously some concerns because this is not a standard construction submersible. Normally they'd be constructed out of either a high-strength steel or a titanium.
According to the Titan spec sheet on OceanGate's website, the pressure hull is made of carbon fiber and bonded with a titanium ring.
Carbon fiber has been known to catastrophically fail.
A letter obtained by the New York Times raised the alarm about potential safety concerns, which could have consequences for everyone in the industry.
I want to correct myself. They didn't fire one former employee, they fired two. Two former OceanGate employees voiced safety concerns years ago about the hull of the now missing vessel. Of course, that vessel now confirmed to be imploded. But getting back to the actual situation, warnings over the safety of OceanGate's Titan submersible were reportedly dismissed by the CEO of the company. Email exchanges with a leading deep-sea exploration specialist show in messages sent by the BBC. Rob McCullum told OceanGate CEO Stockton Rush that he was potentially putting his clients at risk and urged him to stop using the sub until it had been certified by an independent agency, Mr. Rush responded that he was tired of industry players who try to use a safety argument to stop innovation. The tense exchange ended after OceanGate's lawyer threatened legal action, Mr. McCollum said. I think you are potentially placing yourself and your clients in a dangerous dynamic, he wrote to the OceanGate boss back in 2018. In your race to Titanic, you are mirroring that famous catch cry, "She is unsinkable." In the messages, Mr. Rush, who was among 5 passengers who died when the Titan experienced an implosion on Sunday, expressed frustrations with the criticism of Titan's safety measures. Quote, "We have heard the baseless cries of 'you are going to kill someone.' I take this as a serious personal insult." So, to summarize what seems like is going on there, it seems like the CEO, Stockton Rush, who is now dead because of an implosion, it seems like he thought, people were trying to baby him and be overly cautious. The big problem is that going to these depths is so risky due to the air pressure. If you're not fully equipped, the unique thing with the Titan submersible is that it's not a sphere, and also the carbon fiber hull. People wondering, well, why would he use a carbon fiber hull? It's easier to fix, it's cheaper. All of those different reasons would be used to kind of cut some corners, and these emails are very, very damning for the practices of OceanGate. That's now 2 former employees who both voiced big concerns about the Hall of Titan, and their reward for voicing concern was, guess what, you're fired. Both of the former employees who voiced the concern, and then we also have the aspect of it where he was quoted as saying, the CEO, that he doesn't want 50-year-old white guys. Turns out the 2 people that he fired that voiced concerns probably both fall into the category of 50-year-old white guys. So the people that you don't want could have saved you. This is so ironic and also so sad at the same time. And the U.S. Navy, basically all the experts when it comes to submarines, knowing on Sunday night or Monday morning that this was a 99% chance of an implosion. But still, it doesn't make any sense if the U.S. Navy, and there's a screenshot of what they picked up, which was the implosion right early in the morning. You do have to question what's going on there. Why not release that info to the general public? You put 2 and 2 together, it should be relatively easy. So I'm sure there's going to be a pretty significant investigation. I would say OceanGate is completely done. This is not, you're not going to recover from something like this. It's been reported, and as long as these emails are true, it is obvious that they cut corners because they thought, well, it's not going to happen to us. There's only a 1% chance of it happening. Well, air pressure kept mounting and mounting and mounting and mounting, making the hull weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. And eventually that 1% chance of happening, well, it became a 100% chance because it had weakened over time. And it is so very sad. Carbon fiber hull, perfectly fine. You'll get away with it. Until you don't, and when you don't, it can be catastrophic, and I think that's what they were trying to warn him on. The 50-year-old white dudes that he apparently didn't want to be a part of the company, they come out and they say, look, this is something to where you don't want to play with air pressure that low. There are very few submersibles that can go that low, and unfortunately, he found out the hard way, and that's where we are at this point with a total implosion.
Wow. OceanGate refused to pay to build a viewport that would meet the required depth of 4,000 meters. Sounds like a lawsuit. And those guys aren't just regular guys. There's a picture here. They're supposed to be millionaires or billionaires. If I could find the pic, I'll pull it up there as well.
On board the Titan, Hamish Harding, a British billionaire explorer, Paul-Henri Nargeolet, a renowned French diver, Shahzada Dawood and his son Suleiman, 2 members of one of Pakistan's wealthiest families, and Stockton Rush, the CEO of OceanGate Expeditions, the company behind this doomed voyage. finding its final resting place not far from where the Titanic itself sank more than 100 years ago.
But I'm sure that's not the end of the story, but that's all the information I have so far. And we'll see what's going on later on. Thank you for watching Shorstaview. And like, comment, and subscribe. I'm now on TikTok, so you'll see me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter. So thank you for watching Shorstaview. Like, comment, and subscribe on all platforms. And special shout out to Reliable Drone Services. You know, I gotta pick up my sponsors, my number one. If you need directions to your place, or you want an aerial shot of your place or event, Reliable Drone Services is the one to call.
Look here, you got to watch Shorstaview all the time, anytime, overtime, undertime, between the time. Shorstaview. That's how Johnny Cake said. Ha!